NFL draft last night, like the biggest hype in sports ever, and also the biggest fraudulent hype because no one knows how anyone's going to turn out. Of course, Caleb Williams went to the Bears. We don't know how anybody's going to turn out. I get asked so much like I'm some kind of swami or like I can read a crystal ball and see how guys are going to turn out. I don't know. I only say it depends on who the coaching is, the offense, the defense, the line, the owner, what they're willing to. I tell you one thing, teams that get smarter know what they need. The rich get richer and the poor stay poor, and then the dumb stay dumber. That's why, as a Buffalo Bills fan, I didn't understand their moves at all. They traded out of there, need a receiver. Duh. You let Diggs go. Duh. You need a burner. And Kansas City picked up one. And you traded with Carolina, and they picked up one. Michael Penix, who I'm going to do Penix, I make sure I say his name right, University of Washington quarterback standout, going to Atlanta. I'm going to talk about him a little bit. That's a good move for Atlanta. Interesting with Kirk Cousins there. That's going to be interesting. There were some moves that got my attention. But I don't, if you draft well, you can pick some sleepers here and there. But don't you really want to go through that when you know what you need? If you need something, you should go and get it. If you don't, you tend to act like you're going to be cool. I never understand why teams are on the cusp of a championship would stay pat. Because one thing about it, Kansas City ain't staying pat. There's a reason why they've been to 6 straight AFC championship games. Patrick Mahomes knows nothing less than late January, early February, pretty much. That's what you're trying to get to. I mean, the man is camped out in 4 Super Bowls. So if you spend over half your career in February and a football player, you should take heed to what Andy Reid and the crew are doing if you're smart. That's where the money's at. Stop being dumb and analytics and look at what the best is doing. There's a reason why this guy got 3 rings and 4 Super Bowl appearances, and the only one that beat him in the Super Bowl is Tom Brady. And you know where his jury stock is like. Everybody else can't even sniff and look at Patrick Mahomes without his windows covered up in jewelry and flags on his pole. So you need to take heed, because I know Burrow went to 1 AFC championship, one Super Bowl anyway, but he got a big year coming up. Will he come back or will he be hurt? So there's a lot of questions. But don't ask me how draft night goes when people do things that you didn't expect. Oh, homeboy, tell you, shout out, send me that Zach Wilson that got traded to Denver, and I thought that was a joke, because I don't talk about quarterbacks with the last name Wilson. I just don't. They don't fare too well today. And then they went and got Bo Nixon from Oregon, so that's an interesting move. Sean Payton's trying to get it young and regroup. I know what they're doing. Interesting, Marvin Harrison Jr. going to Arizona. Kyler Murray. That's who I kind of would have had my eyes on. You just see certain things, because if he's half as good as his dad, and his dad is one of the greatest receivers ever. So, I see things here and there, but again, it's all system. All depends on how you come up. Some guys are going to play, some are not. We shall see. But anyway, how did your team do? What do you think about the draft? I think it's one of the biggest overhyped things. We all know that we don't know. Mel Kiper gets paid to slick his hair and look talk, and some of these other guys who call themselves experts, Bill Polian, old racist bum, remember hating on Lamar Jackson. He should be a tailback or a flanker. He has no business being a quarterback. And he's a 2-time league MVP. How did that go, Bill Polian? Even though I respect you for what you did with the Buffalo Bills and the K-Gun and what you did with Peyton Manning and the Colts, how did that turn out, Bill Polian, with Lamar Jackson? So-called experts. These guys get paid the big bucks to analyze and critique and put you on that auction block like a slave to see how fast you run and how you move. How'd it turn out with Tom Brady? How'd that look? Means much ado about nothing. It's all about who your system you're in, where you play, where you go, how you thrive, and the pieces and the parts. That's one thing I've learned about that sport. And with anything with that. It's all about the system. Same thing if you're a music artist or an actor. You're only as good as the product you got and what's created around you and the surroundings, and the stars have to be aligned. Other than that, there's injuries, there's health, misfortune, anything can happen. So people tell you otherwise, there are rabbit's foot and rolling dice like the rest of us. In English, they don't know. So that's how I look at draft day 1, 2, and 3. The hype is incredible. The speculation and the intrigue. But what does it all mean? Because for everybody that sees a number 1 pick, That lowercase pick could turn out like a Tom Brady, or it could be Patrick Mahomes. Who knows how the dice is going to roll? We just don't know. We don't know. Hope your team did well, though. But more importantly, it's all in the pieces that are in the puzzle. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shadow if you like my piece.